Hey everybody, Superfluous J here with another Factorio for Beginners, and I've got everything set up here just to show you what I've done. If you look here, there's a green line going between each one of these guys and their respective chests, and each one is set up with a red everything filter. With a specific number. Sometimes it's 200. A lot of these are 200. Some of these other ones here that I don't need as much of. Oh, never mind. I think they're all at 200. Yeah, so they're actually all at 200. But down here in the mall, things are slightly different. We've got repair packs. I've only got set to 10, which actually I think I'd rather have repair packs be 200. But I forgot to mention what this means. Up here, I could set this to actually be repair packs if I wanted to, and I can go here. Where are they? There they are. I could actually say repair packs less than 200. The problem with that though is if I right click and then paste it here, this would then be repair packs, and it doesn't work. So I wanted to be able to just right click this one and then go paste, 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 and then just change the number, and it works. And now one confusing thing is, and this is in your signals. This is a special tab that only shows up when you're dealing with the Logistic network. You can actually have variables in this game. Your variables can be colors. You could also have little emoji icon things. But these are two special ones. There's an everything and there's an anything. Everything checks every single input signal, and it will output true if every single one matches the input, and if there are no inputs, it matches true. That's really important, because what it's saying here is if everything if every signal you're getting is less than 200, then you're true, and that's false right now. And if I take this out, then it's now true, and it's putting things in. Put this back in, it's false again. If I set it to anything is if any of the signals that are coming in, it's true, but it's going to be false if there are no inputs. That means if I take all of these out, it's still false, because there's no inputs coming into him. There's no signals coming over the network. So I really only need 100 repair packs. I don't need 200 repair packs. So you always want to set this to everything. And notice also that there are red and green wires. This red and green thing, when I first started, I thought this meant if there's a green thing coming over if there's anything coming on the green wire, do this. If there's anything coming on the red wire, do this. That's not the case. It's those are different signals. So you want these to be set to everything. So anyway, and then in addition to that, in my logistics slot, you see I've got a whole bunch of stuff set up here. I've got red belts and yellow belts, and the boxes that I want. I've set up stone. That's the only thing I've set up because I got bored. I didn't feel like setting up the rest. I've got all my requests. I never want burner inserters, which actually, now that I think about it, I think I can keep a stack of burner inserters on me. But I don't ever want them to send me burner inserters. I never want to pick them up myself. And I also, on this line here, even though they're not being put in this chest, I actually put a chest of burner inserters here just to have storage for them. And finally, I've got a storage chest down here. I've actually got several, and I'm going to pick them up because I don't want them in my and because I picked them up, because my request is for 50 and 50. They're going to take them away from me as soon as I lay them down. But anyway, ideally you want to not have any generic storage chests in a perfect world, especially in a mall like this, because you don't want stuff sitting around not getting used. But you do, let's see, tell you what, I'm just going to put 2 of those in there. What you do want, though, is you want a generic chest here so that you can tell what isn't being handled. Like plastic is not being handled right now. I would like plastic to get back out on this belt. There's no reason why spare junky plastic should not be put on this belt. Sorry about that there. I had to do a stealth edit here. But yeah, you want a storage chest here so that you can tell what junk you have that's not being taken care of by the Logistic network. The robots aren't smart enough to take out of this chest and put into the chests over here. Like for example, if I throw lights in here, I've got 5 of them. the robots aren't going to grab these lights and bring them over here to my light chest, even though I can't click it, even though it's got a request for lamps on it. They're just not going to do that because they're already in a storage chest, so it's cool. I can't even put a passive provider chest out and put the lamps in it. The robots aren't going to do that either. They just, like, if they have one that they want to put away, they'll put it here. But they're not going to go get one and put it in there, I guess is the right way to say it. But so I guess I'll keep those lamps on me. I don't need all these chemical plants, though. And yeah, I'm happy with the rest of the stuff I have for now. But anyway, that's kind of all I wanted to talk about with robots for the time being. Now I want to talk about certain other things, like all the junk that we have in our research here that we haven't researched yet. We're at a point now where I'm happy. I have my robots, which is really what I wanted. But now I need to talk about all this stuff that we that I've skipped over because we haven't needed it up until now. So I'm going to start researching landfill. And that's going to research ridiculously quickly. And then I'm going to come up here. I need to get out of this logistic network here, so the robots don't come and take my stone from me. But I'm going to pick a whole bunch of stone up off the belt here. That should be fine. And landfill is researched. There we go. Sweet. So let's look at landfill. Landfill is a... oops, right here. It takes 20 stone and a half a second of crafting time. That's funny. It even though I'm not in the logistic network, the robots took, or my recipe here says don't keep any of this stuff, so I put it in my trash slots. So even though the robots aren't picking up my trash slots, it's still going to take them out of there. I don't know if this will work. Actually, it did. Sweet, it did work. Okay, so now that these things aren't in my trash slots anymore, which is nice. I think I'll put these two things in my trash slots so I can get these things into my normal slots. So now, if I go back to the crafting tab, I can craft 39 of these because they take 20 stone apiece. So they take a lot of stone. If you want to do a lot of landfilling, you're going to be doing a lot of stone mining, which can be a good thing actually, because you could want all that stone, or you could get rid of your stone, I should say, over in these mining over here where I'm mining stone. I could actually use landfill to get rid of it. But landfill's simple. It's a lot like pavement. You get a little grid. You can go minus to make it smaller, plus to make it bigger. I'm going to make it really small because I don't want to do too much of this area because I'm using it to pump water, and as soon as you landfill something, you can't pump water anymore. But yeah, you can just place them like this. You can run like this. Each square uses one piece of landfill, and it's that simple. You can run across a single gap because your guy oh, you can actually stand on it, but your guy's allowed to run across a single gap, even though he can't run here. He can run here. That's about it. Landfill is pretty simple. The one thing that you can't do with it is you can't delete landfill. Like you can unmine bricks that you've laid down. Like if I come down here and I lay some bricks, oh well, I screwed that up because I laid all my bricks. You need at least one brick in your hand in order to see the rest of this. So let me take. Is it? No. There we go. Now I have 2 bricks in my hand. If you right click, if you're holding bricks and you right click, you delete things. If you have landfill in your hand and you right click landfill, it doesn't do anything. Landfill is permanent. It will last forever. And there's nothing you can do about it. Once it's there forever. And I hope you wanted it because that's it. So I'm going to make a nice little circle here. I don't know what I'm doing. Look how pretty that is. Okay, and we're just going to leave that there. That's our landfill peninsula. A lot of people think landfill looks ugly. I kind of agree, but I kind of like how it looks ugly. Let's just be, I guess. I don't know. Okay, next up. What do we got next? Modules. Speed modules, productivity modules, and efficiency modules. We're just going to research those 1, 2, 3. And these ones we do want in the mall. We want these things in the mall. I can throw these things in my trash slots as I'm walking here too. I don't need these. I don't need batteries. Don't need the landfill or the bricks. That's probably it. And then the robots, when I get down into the network here, the robots are going to come out and take these away from me. And take them down to either where they go or to a... Yeah, see, I screwed this one up. I never set the filters on these. Oops, I guess I'll fix that. This is a pain that you have sometimes. If you have these things, you forget to set the filters on them. Yeah, so I'm just gonna take everything and then put the miners back. And then this guy is supposed to be these guys, and then I'll just take this out. So, tell you what, I'll set. Oops! Oh, my research is done, which is nice. I'll set these really quick, and then be back. All right, I have finally done it. The robots are only taking stuff to this storage chest now. I can stand right next to it, so they run really quick, except for the fact that they need to recharge, and then they can all go back home. So yeah, I totally screwed that up. I also, in between episodes, I spread these guys out a little bit more, so we could include these chests down here, which is the last chest I forgot to put a filter on. It's got hand grenades and walls in it over here, and I've also got this one up here, which has bricks in it, which is nice. So anyway, back to where we were. Modules. Modules are huge. They're huge, but they're late game. And actually, oh, that's another thing I wanted to talk about. The map's got errors on it. If you look here, it says that there are 111 entities missing construction robots. 3 entities are missing materials. And then it's showing you that we're missing 3 power poles. That's because right here, we've got this ghost here. And it's now in a logistic network. It's in this logistic network here. Or sorry, construction network. Like, if I put construction bots here, they would build this. So, you know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to actually put some construction bots there. We've got only... actually, I want to get logistic bots out of my inventory as well. They actually should have been up there. But I don't have any construction bots. So let's go down here. As I was moving RoboPorts around, I was picking up logistic bots is what that ended up being. So let's run down here and grab, let's just grab 50 construction bots. And we'll put them up here in these guys. It's good to have construction bots in a network. If, let's see, where are the, oh, they're farther up here, yeah. It's good to have construction bots in a network just so that they get jobs done as you do them. Now notice these guys went right to work. They're all grabbing belts and inserters and factories and stuff like that, assemblers. They're just filling this out, and they're doing it fairly quickly, so it's not a big deal. They're just making it. We don't need it right now, but it's going to get rid of these errors. I could have also just deleted the whatever you call it, the I could have just deleted the request. Apparently there's... Oh, he's still coming. And these were should have been blue anyway. So let's go ahead and just overwrite these things. And then also notice that we don't have enough power poles to cover this because we're still using these old wooden power poles, which is garbage. We want to use medium poles. I actually have the power poles in my inventory, which is amusing. They should be in my trash slots. So, you know what? I'll throw them in my trash slots. The logistic bots will come up and get them, although they won't because I'm out of logistic range. If you look here, I'm actually not in the range to do this. I can actually tease the logistic bots by running down here, and then they all start coming up, and then I just leave, and then they go back. But I don't want to deal with that anyway right now. What I want to show you is an upgrade planner. If you click on the upgrade planner, it's going to upgrade things to the next level. If I highlight... Oh, does it not do power poles? Yes, if I do this, it's going to say to upgrade that to a... That's actually bad, though. never mind. It's trying to upgrade to the next level of assembler, which is funny because I don't have it. Wait a second. Character. There it is. Yeah, I don't even have the next level of assembler, so I'm not sure what it would upgrade it to. But anyway, let's get a little bit more in depth. I was trying to show you the use of it if you don't put a filter on it, but obviously I need a filter. So there are certain things you can set it to. You can say, I want to upgrade small electric poles, and then what do you want to upgrade them to? The only option is big electric poles. So when I dragged the big electric poles into this one, there was only one option, so it did that. So now I can use this filtered upgrade planner that I put in my inventory, and I can just highlight all these electric poles, and then they get little circles around them, and then you see my construction bots. There they go. Oh no, wait, these are the logistic bots. Here they come. Here come the construction bots. They were taking a long time because they had to go get the power poles. And they come up and just replace all these power poles with the ones I like. And now this guy is powered by the poles that we like. I can do the same thing for upgrading inserter types and assemblers. Like you saw there, it was trying to upgrade the blue assembler, but it couldn't. I can also let's see, these guys are still the low quality assembler. So let's go ahead and do this. We'll go upgrade assembly machine 1s to assembly machine 2s. And that's probably all we need to do here. So let's go ahead and use this planner and just highlight this whole thing. And it's going to do the power poles and the assembly machine. See, the robots are going out. They're coming down here to get the stuff, and they're bringing it up, and they're just going to replace it and put the other stuff away. And let's see. Do I have anything in my inventory that I don't want? Don't really want assembly machine 1s anymore. I don't want these burner mining drills. I'll keep the train stops. Yeah, that's fair. The rest of this stuff is fine. These guys will take them away from me. Okay. Anyway, moving back on. Sorry, a little bit distracted by different things. Yeah, and then see now these ghosts here don't give an error because they're not in a construction network. So the game doesn't, like, the robots don't know that they're not able to make those. But yeah. Anyway, continue. Moving on. Modules are somewhere in here. I never know where things are. I would think that they'd be in here, but maybe they're in here. Yeah, here they are. Productivity modules, efficiency modules, and speed modules. Speed modules take more energy to make things go faster. Efficiency modules take or just decrease the energy. And productivity modules, which are the good ones, they increase energy consumption. They make things run slower, but they make things produce more and produce more pollution. These are the productivity modules 1, and then there's also 2 and 3. And all of these guys have 2 and 3. But these guys take electronic circuits and advanced circuits, and they suck them down like water. They really use up the circuit. So, but we're going to want a lot of production modules. You could argue that every assembler should have production modules on it that'll take them. You can't always put production modules on every assembler. You can only put production modules on assemblers that make I think it's intermediate resources. But we want to basically make as many of these things as we can reasonably do. So I'm gonna give myself a decent amount of space here, and they also take a long time to make. I'm gonna make one of each though. I'm gonna make speed modules. How do I want to do this? I think I'll just do it like this: speed modules, and then we'll just give a little bit of a gap. And then might as well Control C and then Control V. And they're already coming down here to construct these, which is awesome. So these, though, I don't want to be speed modules. I want to change the recipe to efficiency modules, and then these guys I want to just set the recipe to productivity modules. And these guys all require the exact same ingredients, which is red and green circuits. So we're going to need to send red and green circuits down this line. We're going to send red circuits down here. We're going to send green circuits down here. And then what we need to do here is actually I can stop it right here. We want to make a generic thing here. I don't even know if that's lined up right. It probably isn't. It looks like it's not. But we can fix that with robots here. This is basically the way that these things get sent down. Yes, and I've put this off in the wrong place. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to Control X to cut. And I did it wrong. Control X, I'll cut from up here so I make sure I get that splitter. And then I want to Control V to paste. And they're going to have to take all the ingredients off these belts, which is going to slow them down. So I'm going to help them by getting the ingredients off the belts here so that they can move a little bit faster. Yeah, see, they're throwing things in these storage chests because they don't have anywhere better to put them. There we go. Now they're laying these. And then I need this to come along like this, and then this guy can go like this. And it looks like they might be out of belts. No, they're not out of belts yet. Okay, so now I can just Control V though and paste this and paste this, and now they'll come and take care of the rest for me. And I don't need to put the work into it, which makes me happy. I like not putting work into things. See, and they did all that faster. You know, like one little job they might take a little bit longer, but when it's a lot of jobs, they can a lot of times do it a lot faster and easier than you could. So I'm gonna put I'll put this power pole here, I guess, and then we're gonna go here, here, and here, and then all we need is yellow, because these things take forever to make. And then let's go back to wooden boxes, shall we? Oh, now here's another trick. Green wire. I can connect this guy to this box with green wire, which used up a green wire. Now, green wire takes a copper cable and electronic circuit, which really isn't that expensive, but it's kind of a pain, because then you end up with copper cables in your inventory. You have to make sure you have green circuits. You might not have any green circuits or copper in your inventory, so you have to go get some, which is a pain. So if you copy this and then paste it here, it actually pastes the wire on for you. And I did it for free. I had 28 when I started, and I have 28 now, which is pretty awesome. So I want to set the, let's set the everything filter here to, let's keep 200 of these. So then I'm just going to paste, paste, and paste. And they're going to run until we have 200 of these things in stock, which I don't remember how many stacks it is. It's either 1 or 4, or maybe 2. I don't know. But that will get those things going. Okay, what do we got here? And then that's modules. And what we do here is I'll show you here. We can take these 3 productivity models that we've made, and we can put them in these slots here. But notice it says you can't put productivity modules in this slot for this recipe, because this is a end product recipe. Likewise, I can't put them here. I can put them here because this is an intermediate product. So now these things, this guy's using up more power, producing more pollution, but he's also producing stuff faster, which I actually don't want because he's sitting here idle doing nothing. We can also use efficiency modules. Efficiency modules, if I put them in here, this guy now, his energy consumption has gone up. Oh, I'm sorry, these are speed modules. I screwed up. No, these are efficiency modules. Oh, I was looking at the recipe. I'm a moron. If we look at the actual machine on the right, that's what it is. His maximum consumption is 60 kilowatt hours, and his is 155 kilowatts. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm sorry. 60 kilowatts and 155 kilowatts. So it's a pretty big drop in the number of kilowatts of power used, which is pretty awesome. It definitely helps keep these guys going or keep them from using a lot of power. So you could put these on things if you're having a power problem. I don't think that that's actually a great deal, though. Really, when it comes down to it, you can just build more power, and then you don't get the benefits from other modules. Speed modules, on the other hand, are pretty awesome. They make things go a lot faster, and especially when you're making modules, you want them to go faster. We can't make them more productive, so speed is in the way. So now, if you look here, his let's see where it is. Crafting speed is 1.05, whereas if we take these out, his crafting speed is 0.75. So he's actually, instead of and I can do that. I can right-click these things to put them in there as well. Instead of crafting at 75% of the speed I craft, these things actually craft faster than I craft now because I put these speed modules in them. And you only want to use modules, though, on things that run a long time, or that run a lot of the time. Things like your science. Your science is almost, for me it's not, because I'm not researching a lot of things right now because I'm talking to you. But a lot of times you want to put these on things that run full time. The more often the things run, the more use you're going to get out of the modules. Things like red circuits. Right now, my red circuits are pegged. I'm not. I need to make more of them. So right now, these red circuits would benefit from modules. So I'm going to run down here and grab some productivity modules and put them in those red circuits. I'm using red circuits to make productivity modules, and then I'm also going to put productivity modules in my red circuits. I'm also going to grab some speed modules for when I don't have things to things to put those red circuit or things that don't take productivity modules. I'm going to put speed modules in. And just like other things, you can right click and go. I'm actually going to put them in these ones here. I'm just holding down Control and clicking. And I'm actually only going to put one in this and then one in this so that they're even. Now, these guys are running faster. So these guys are actually producing red circuits faster than these guys. The reason I did it that way is because if this belt fills up to this point where this line is full, these guys are going to sit idle while these guys are still producing. So I want these guys to be the ones that get the modules first. We're also now making these faster than we're making circuits. Or making, green wires. So I would expect the wires on these belts to start lagging behind the wires on the other belts, which is fine for now. I'm actually, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take these productivity modules out of here and put them in here to sort of keep up. And I was actually wrong about that. I was thinking the opposite way. These guys are running slower. These guys are actually running slower and producing more. So these actually are keeping up with them more. So I want to put productivity modules in here so that we generate more wire for the thing. And you can see that by this second bar here. When this second bar fills up all the way, it's going to generate another copper wire. So that's what that is. And then this one here is running, it's running about the same speed, but it's actually filling up faster in relation to this one. Like if we check, let's do this. Let's take one of these out, put it in here. Take one of these out and put it in here. So if we compare this guy, see how quickly, quote unquote, his bar's moving. His bar's moving a lot slower because he only has one module in him. And then this guy here has no bar at all because he doesn't have any modules in him. So the productivity and stuff shows up in different ways, but it's still the same. You want as much productivity as you can get in these things so that you get more stuff coming out. Now, it's like I said, these things aren't running faster; they're actually running slower. But we're utilizing our resources better. We're using less circuits and less plastic and less copper to make these things because we're getting a free thing every once in a while. Like we just got two of these instead of just one. So that's productivity. Speed is the other way around. It actually uses up the same amount of stuff, but it makes it come faster. So it all depends on what you want. But we can always make more machines, which I should probably do, but I'll do that later because I'm done talking about modules. Next up, we've got electric accumulators, which is a pretty big topic, and I'm already over 20 minutes. So I think I'm gonna kick off the research for it, and we're gonna talk about it next time because accumulators are also solar panels. So we're gonna make a bunch of solar panels. We're gonna make some accumulators, and I'm gonna talk about those starting next time. I hope you enjoyed watching this. I definitely enjoyed playing it. I'm Superfluous Jay, and I will, as always, talk at you later.